Welcome to the Star Seeds and Lightworkers Collective. My name is Crystal, and we haven't really seen each other in a while, have we? We've been on holidays, and I hope you had a good holiday, and I also hope you had a happy new year. And we are here to usher in 2026 with beautiful sound weaving done by Janaki. So we're really looking forward to that. If you've noticed, I've changed my hair, so I look a bit different for people who are not used to seeing me. But it is me. I'm not a clone. It's me. But I just wanted to say hi to everybody. We have a lot of new members. And I want to say welcome to all our new members. I think I've written to some of you and said hello. And I'm so glad that you're here and part of the family. So welcome to everyone. And so I hope that we are going to enter into 2026 with great energy. And I know that there are a lot of you. I know that sometimes people feel, oh, I didn't really accomplish what I wanted to do in 2025. But you know what, though? That's fine, because we always can just continue where we left off and just start anew and start fresh. And if there are certain things that were not accomplished in 2025, well, either you can release those. Maybe those are things that either were not for you in the first place, and you can gain insight from that, or you can pick up where you left off and start again. So shouldn't be any pressure, anyone. You should be just happy and present in the moment. And I'm hoping that this is what we will be, it's what I want to emphasize for everybody for 2026. It's going to be a very, very interesting year. There's a lot happening astrologically. And I think especially April or May, we have Neptune moving into Aries. So there's going to be some really, really interesting times coming up in the next 2 years. And for those of you who watch this channel, you know that there's a lot of talk about maybe the galactics will be joining us at a certain point in time. So we'll see how that goes throughout the rest of the year. So I'm happy for that. I'm going to be joining you guys. I have my little setup here. I have my meditation altar here. So I will be joining you in this beautiful session. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you Janaki Mayhill. And she is located in Texas, and she is a sound weaver, a soul seer, and a quantum igniter. And we are so happy to have her here with us today. So without further ado, hi Janaki, how are you doing?
Hello, hello. I am so grateful for being here. And the message I continue to receive is when we say yes to ourselves. I received this actually in the bathtub when I was giving myself a bath. And the more we say yes to ourselves, say yes for our sovereignty, the more we feel received. And then all of a sudden I go, oh my gosh, that's what unlocks the codes within humanity. We don't need to fix or change or anything because we're not broken. That's that old paradigm that keeps us in that loop of constantly that endless cycle of healing, when it's really about remembering who we already are, the truth, the light that we already are. So
Perfect. And how did you get started? Because I know everybody has a different journey about how they were, for example, as a young child or in their teens, how they were ignited or how they felt the call or download. What was it for you that put you on this path?
this has honestly been my life journey. I was born into a yoga family. So my joke is I've been doing yoga since my mother's womb.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
into our world with uh, Akunda Bhajans, which is a 24-hour Sanskrit devotional experience. And my mom went into labor. So I love gathering people. It's my natural, ever since I was born with lots of people gathering energies, raising the vibration. I love calling myself a connector of connectors, where connecting all the divine aspects, the divine mirrors of ourselves, and connecting to the truth of who we are beyond the illusion and the confusion of the delusion that we sometimes live in. So it's been a ever evolving journey. And what I say is one of my paths of masteries has been, transmuting my perceived weaknesses into my great strengths. So my parents gave me the gift of polarity. So I would say they gave me the gift of a lot of spiritual wisdom, although not quite embodied. There was a lot of bypassing within our feeling world, because I feel the more we connect with our feeling world, and I'll share more about that recently because I've been getting massive uploads and downloads with that. The more we actually liberate ourselves, we integrate and liberate. And so there was a lot of fist fighting or meditating. So that's why I say I had the gift of polarities. My mom also raised us with a philosophy: truth is one, paths are many. So she gave us the gift of diversity. So I got to experience many cultures, many religions, and it was all interwoven in my growing up experience. So I got to have, she would say, truth is one, paths are many. And whatever path you choose, we honor those paths. And the truth is the light of God, of who we are. I love using the word God, although at one point I didn't, because I saw God as separate from me. I put God on a pedestal. And so I had to, at one point, omit that word. Now I use it all the time, because what I see is God is love, love is God, and God is the pure source energy that we all emanate within our being. So yeah, it's been an ever evolving journey.
And I know that some people, and it's funny because I know that some people feel kind of weird. Like, you're right. Some people do feel weird saying God, or some people sort of equate it with just a Judeo-Christian type of paradigm. But I guess sometimes we can, just because it's a word that we've often used to represent the source, the universal source. Is that sort of where you're coming from with this?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect.
Matter of fact, I had an experience where I lead family retreats called Family Resolutions. And I was guiding, there was a mother who's afraid of the dark waters. So I did a guided journey where we all jumped into the waters, and it was about the journey of diving into the unknown. And there was a lady who came up, one of the mothers, and she goes, my eyes are burning. She goes, that was the most powerful baptism I've ever experienced. I go, oh, that's not a baptism. I'm not a religious person, because I don't subscribe to the religion. And that's where I heard God within me say, you're here to restore religion, the religion of those boxes that we put ourselves in, creating God outside ourselves. Because anytime we put ourselves or anyone on a pedestal, it creates that lens of separation. And to relive in where God is alive within. And that's where my I am journeys have evolved from. It's the connection of the true church, which is the temple of our bodies, through the altar of our hearts.
Very powerful. And I'm seeing a lot of people. I mean, I guess I could just say, in my own humble opinion, but I do talk with a lot of members. I do talk with a lot of people. We've had a lot of guests on the show, and it seems that people are definitely going in that direction. They're leaving the sort of organized aspect of religion, and are making their own connection with the divine. You know, and I think that that is what's being, it's a lot more powerful, and a lot more people are looking towards that. And I think it's interesting because I think they did a survey, and they said that some of the fastest growing religions are Buddhism and Wiccan. And those are two types of religions that are very sort of, open, and you can have your own interpretation, and there's no real Godhead in those two beliefs. So I think that people just say, well, it's source, and this is sort of something that works for me, and sort of leave it at that. So I think that especially as we're entering the age of Aquarius, as we're getting closer to that more divine point in human history, definitely people are going to be going along that path. So I think people are becoming a lot more spiritual and less religious. And I think that I don't know. It is sort of, and people are looking to a lot of healers and workers such as yourself to guide them on that path. So thank you so much for all the work that you do. So in terms of the singing bowls and the music that you're going to be playing, and you're going to be playing different instruments, if I'm not mistaken, can you give us a little bit more information on sound bowls and sound healings? I know that people are familiar with it, but what is it about the frequencies that work for you, and also how does it work for other people?
Well, it's attuning to. So what I have found, at least through the work I say I, and I mean the I of the, because I also heard I become singular. When the I become singular, we're all one. So God through me, of our great self, is when we allow, because so much of, if we notice even the songs on the radio, we'll start singing them and then we're unconsciously programming them. And there's so much. I discovered this when I was singing karaoke one time and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much codependence in that we're programming and we're singing. And so I have been singing since I was little. That was one of my ways of soothing my being, especially when my parents would fight. I would go swing and sing. And so I didn't realize until one day someone actually sent a video of like a science proof versus saying your affirmations versus singing them. And so when we sing them, we're tuning to the vibrational frequency. So the sound bowls, they play as the instrument. So what I found, I'm now witnessing it more and more. When I first started partnering with singing bowls, hardly anyone would actually sing with them. And I'm like, they're singing bowls. And what I've witnessed and people have shared feedback of, when I sing with them, the field, the vibration is amplified. My voice is amplified, the bowls amplify. So it's really attuning to our vibrational frequency. So like in the I am journeys that are facilitated through me are a mixture of sound, repetition, and play, because it's through the child's heart is the way to heaven. And it's the frequency that we're emanating. And that's what we really all are, is sound vibrational frequency. So it's really attuning to our true self. And I use music because each instrument takes us in different, it's interweaving in the innermost depths of our being. Drums, people have reflected this connection with the primordial field. Same sometimes with the gong, like you go deeper into the primordial field. And the singing bowls are more of the uplifting, and then there's the chimes and then the harp. And so that all plays the symphony of sound coming together.
Excellent. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with the scientist, Mr. Masaru Emoto. He, for those of you that saw the movie a while back, I think it was like wow, that movie's going back like what, 10, 15, 20 years or something like that. I think it was the What the Bleep Do We Know? And I remember with What the Bleep Do We Know, they talked about Masaru Emoto and how he was doing experimentation with water, and how water picks up a lot of the vibration. And what he would do is that he would play either like heavy metal with a glass of water, and then after that he would play chanting like Buddhist chants with the water. And the heavy metal water turned out to have like these very broken up crystals. The crystals were not very well formed. And then when he did the Buddhist chant, the crystals were just beautiful. He would freeze the water and then it'd be these beautiful crystals that would form. And so, because like you're saying, I think at one point is that we're all water. This is also something that's affecting us. So if guys out there, if you have a chance, check out Masaru Emoto, Japanese scientist who worked with water. But I think, is this sort of what you're trying to achieve when you do the chant and the singing bowls?
Yes, and yeah, because the vibration that we all are and the water holds frequency, and since we're all made of water, and I love that you bring up this him specifically, because I have received so many codes from water. Matter of fact, the other day, so I have a daily devotional practice, and I thank all of the elements and water. One time when I was thanking water, I was like, thank you for being the crystalline structure of my being. Or what did I say? Thank you for, I choose to remember what I said. And then all of a sudden I heard water say, I am your structure. And then all of a sudden, all these little pieces started to click because I tried to have structure more concrete. And now what I'm witnessing is water, our structure is more fluid. And this is what this whole year has been about. And if you look at water, there's 3 states of being, like we are 3 states of being. And so it's like, it's completely the mirror of us. And the message recently I received from water is, this is how our galactic family communicates, because water holds codes. And water also told me, and then it's so, I imagine, when you hear a message inside and then it starts rippling effect as confirmation outside. That's what shifted with inside me. I used to look for my outer world to validate. Now I validate internal and witness that confirmation in the external. And so water is, water also said the highest form of, I was saying, thank you, water, for all the currency you bring in my life. And that's where I heard the highest form of currency is authenticity. And then all of a sudden appears in my awareness, all this research on authenticity is one of our highest frequencies, our highest currencies. I was like, wow. And so water is, I received so many transmissions from water. And matter of fact, one time it was storming outside and it was raining. And I chose to take all my clothes off and embrace the storm and then as I was holding my hands up and thanking water and saying, I am the storm, all of a sudden I heard rain brings in the rain of creation. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then if you look in like the levels of consciousness, our feeling world represents water. And so like our feelings and emotions are actually, I believe there's been like science saying about like 90 seconds. Like we hold on to them and then we become like, and then it starts repeating that loop. And so if we actually allow ourselves to feel our emotions, simply be the observer and let our emotions emote through us like water, then we can receive the wisdom from our feelings versus putting our feelings in the box of right or wrong, good or bad, because that's part of the shame paradigm.
And you mentioned something before, which was actually kind of interesting, that how you were taking a bath and you got a download. And what's interesting about, staying on the theme of water, what's interesting about water is that sometimes, obviously you take a shower to sort of clean your body and of dust and, pollution and all that, and that's fine. But what's interesting with water is that you can also use it in terms of energetic, because if you're in the shower and the water's really rinsing off on you, if you're saying an affirmation, or if, for example, sometimes I have a very bad day at work and and I can literally feel, because I'm an empath, and I can literally feel things sort of stuck in my auric field. And I feel, and what I do is that I take a shower and I have a big bowl and I put lavender oil in it, and I swish it around, fill it with water, and I just pour it over my head, and all of that, I literally feel very clean, like in and out, and so it's interesting how you can also use water, or even if you're in a bath, if you just sit quietly in a bath, you sit up and you sit quietly and meditate, all that is vibrating outward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess, you can send out messages, you can receive messages in water. Why not? You were talking also about getting downloads. Now, I know a lot of people that were saying that the 2025 was very powerful because we had a lot of Schumann resonance, we had a lot of solar flares, we had a lot going on, and that's affecting the human body. But did you get a lot of downloads or any messages with the lot of the solar flares and stuff that was happening? You want to tell us about that?
Oh my God, this year has been a profound year. And one of the messages, because like so my year actually started with my son's father dying, and his death actually ended up turning me on in ways I didn't know I was turned off. Basically, it unlocked this vault because I met him I was 14 when I met his dad, and he was my first love. And so I remember being outside underneath my tree. That's how I communicate with him. And honestly, what that has done is then this veil of separation, because I have a very curious mind. So when we can allow ourselves to be curious with the way we think versus shaming the way, it opens the doors. Shame closes the doors. And so curiosity expands our consciousness. And so I started like, how come so many people say sorry for your loss? I'm like, death is not a loss, because I remember in a breathwork session, I heard, let go, be willing to purge. Even death is simply the transfiguration, the transformation into another state of being. And that's what I received, is it's a deep let go. And this is why we grieve, because we get attached to those identities, those stories that we make with that person. And so since we are human, it's not that we're meant to just rise above and overcome. We are meant to experience our feelings. And that's what I received recently is, can we be peace with grief? We give ourselves relief. So as the leaves fall, we allow new leaves to grow. And that's where the shedding, the let go is so powerful. What so many people want to hold on. And what we hold on slips through our fingers. What we're willing to let go, we gain the eternal life.
Exactly.
And so that's where it really first started. And I remember after his memorial standing up saying, thank you for allowing me to see through the lens of love, through the eyes of God, and hundreds of leaves fell. And that's where I heard, it's, you've been afraid to let go. The let go is the liberation. The holding on creates this perception of suffering. And so that was one of the initiates that rooted me deep into my human of being, experiencing. And then there was my husband who almost died this year. So it's been a very intense year. And what the message I received is, we're here to travel through the valleys and the mountaintops of our soul. And when we're in the valleys, because I got to travel through one of the darkest, deepest valleys, that's where I heard is that's where you receive the gold. And in the mountaintops is where you see the gold you receive. And so that was one of the messages. And then another one is when I was saying, I feel my world is crumbling. And then I heard God within me say, while one world crumbles, a new one is being built simultaneously. And so I felt this year was our year of dissolving, giving ourselves opportunities of where we held on to identities of ourselves so we can align with our true self.
And it's interesting you're making the comment about losing your son's father, and I understand people say for your loss. I think it's just people sort of just feel that's what I have to say. And people don't really feel it. They just sort of like on automatic, they just say that, and then there you go, because it's polite. And granted, my mom passed away a couple of years ago, and it's the most painful thing I've been through. But, at the same time, I also feel that she's now gone, but she's gone in a way that she's off on her own next journey, and like, I still love her. Even talking about it, sort of, I get kind of misty, but the thing is that it feels different now because I feel that she's on her way. And I know that a lot of people who have near-death experiences talk about when they come back, they say, dying is not a big deal. Like they just literally just slip out of their body and it's not a loss. And a lot of people are saying, I'm not afraid anymore. I think there's also a sense of fear of like what it is. But a lot of people have said there's really no fear to have because it's another, just a transmutation of energy. And it's sort of, there's nothing to be afraid of. So in that sense, I when you're talking about the tree, it's just a confirmation of that it's fine, and that there's nothing to be sad about. Yes, it's sad. You'd like to have your father around, obviously, but it's a learning. But I also like what you're saying about how, and it reminds me of Bashar in a way, because he said that's the mind, the human mind is in the valley and the higher mind is on the mountaintop. And the higher mind can see all the little crevices that you have to go through to get to where you have to go. And so it's really nice that, when we let go and we allow our higher mind to guide us, we actually end up being in a better direction, as opposed to always hanging on and, I have to hang on to like the human mind, because that's what we've been programmed. Kind of like what you were saying before, we've been programmed to just see everything in, bricks and mortar. And I think, and you can comment on this as well, but I think that 2025 last year, and it's this year, 2026 and into 2027, we're seeing a lot of the crumbling because we have to build a new world. And yes. I think that's what people are looking for. And so on the one hand, we're like, oh my God, everything's going up and everything's going crazy. But it's really a good indication that it's crumbling, and it has to crumble in order for us to rebuild. Did you want to comment on that?
Yes, because that's what, so this is like the whole, I received the message when I did an I am journey of I am my mother's divine love to bring this offering of called the Prospis Portal, and that's what initiated my whole experience with my husband, which opens the multidimensional ways of receiving. And so the message I received is through my lived experiences, the false structures, the false secure structures of codependency are crumbling, because what we're coming now into is sovereignty, and we lead with our inner authority where we've had it distorted. And this is religion, society, where we look in our outer for guidance, versus now we're all being directed in, because through divine connection we connect with all. So the other day when I was in my devotional practice and I was thanking foundation, I put my hand on my heart and I go, that's the foundation. I was thinking root chakra. Root chakra is meant to root us, and it's the relationship we have with our body, our mother, our earth. It's the relationships. The foundation is the sacred structure, and it's also the bridge that connects heaven on earth. And I've received the message of the creation in this Prospis Portal. The sacred structure is the holy trinity of infinity, where we are safe in the primordial, the darkness of divine mother held in the womb, and secure where we see cure in the structure of the masculine, with the masculine energy, which is, I see the mother is their spirit, because we're now being spirit led versus the ego. Not anything wrong with the ego, but we were ego led. Now we're letting our head ego to take the back seat while our heart is in the driver's seat. And then coming into our sovereign self of the Christ child, the Christos body of our full soul expression. And that's what I received the sacred structure is.
So I think that we can now move towards doing the sound bath. I think we had a great way to introduce, some of the topics that we explored in 2025, and so we are using this sound bath to usher in new energies and new frequencies. And so, did you want to get prepared, Janaki?
I will prepared. I'll have just a few
While
things.
she's getting prepared, if you have any other questions, guys, we can take those questions a bit later. And if I'm not mistaken, the sound bath tonight will be incorporating sound bowls, different instruments, and it will also be incorporating some spoken word from Janaki, as well as some chanting as well. So if you can get comfortable, if you want, you can turn down the lights, light a candle, light some incense, and we can get started right away with the sound bath. So Janaki, let me know when you're ready. And I'm also going to sit in my little altar here, and we can get started. So,
And since we got to bring in our element of water, which we all are, for
okay.
anyone watching, if you have a cup of water, and I made my cup of water, so we're going to, since water holds so many codes, I'm going to invite everyone to bring in a cup of water. And if not, your body is beautiful. So it's another amplified experience. So if anyone has a cup of water at this time, go ahead and grab a cup of water to bring that with you.
So I'm going to let you get set up, Janaki, and then I'm also going to go to my little altar here. So everybody, we're ready to go soon. All right.
Alrighty. Oh, let's go ahead and lower this. Okay.
everyone. Thank you for hearing the call of your heart and showing up. The gift is in when we show up. We show up for ourselves. We don't even have to know what we're showing up for. It's tuning in and hearing the whispers beyond the noise. And since we got to connect with our water, I invite you to hold your water. And since water holds codes, water holds our energy, let's go ahead and use your words. If you feel called, I'm going to encourage you to speak out loud so your voice is heard. Because our voice, our throat chakra connects. It's the bridge that brings spirit into form. That every word we speak is a devotional call, is a prayer that we are manifesting. And we're master manifestors. And what we're now becoming is consciously manifesting for those things we prefer. So let's say I now dissolve, clear this vessel of water from any past programmings, any past beliefs that has held into this water, aligning this water with a clear, pure vessel of Christ's light energy. And you can even imagine in your mind's eye surrounding your water, the violet flame of purification. That's what fire brings us. This is the year of the horse. We're moving from the water, which is the surrender, into the fire. When they meet together, it becomes the rainbow as we embrace all the colors, all the shades within our life. Thanking water, calling upon our galactic starseed family, whatever codes we choose to receive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, with each I am journey, I've been guided to start each one with a devotional call. Because the truth is, we are not alone. We are all one. We are all interconnected through the golden web of the golden thread. And so when we call upon our divine support, we're connecting with our sacred ask. We're calling in that we remember that we are not alone. Let's first take a deep breath in. As we inhale, you can place one hand on your heart or one hand on your belly, wherever you feel, to connect to the temple of your body. And exhale. Inhale as you breathe in. I breathe in calmness. I breathe in presence. And exhale, allowing it to dissolve through your body. You don't even have to know what you're holding on to. Let it dissolve out through the breath. Let go. And then on the next inhale, as we inhale, imagine this golden web of the golden thread surrounding your body. And as we inhale, we're going to lift this web through every aspect of our being. As I now clear, delete, demolish any untruths that any aspect of me or my family has held on to, and lift it up and align me with my Christ being light of the who I am. Inhale, lift it all the way up, sifting through what no longer serves you, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up into the cosmos. And a big exhale. Allowing this web to dissolve into stardust. And what once no longer served the highest light of you now serves the highest light for you and all connected. 18 generations back, 18 generations forward, and everyone who touches the hem of your garment. Feel the gentle stardust on your skin. Feel your heartbeat. Now, if you have your water with you, speak into the waters of your body, because water is our crystalline structure of the Christ light we are all remembering we already are. Mighty I am presence. Hear me now. Hear the hearts of all who have chosen to gather here and respond to the prayers, respond to our devotional call as we remember and allow any old responsibilities of blame or shame, anything we've over responsibility, aligning with the true responsibility, the ability to respond to the whispers of our heart, hearing the whispers beyond the noise. Thank you, mighty I am presence. I invoke your presence here with us now as you speak through me, clear, pure vessel of Christ-light energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Calling upon our ancestors in the highest light to be here with us now, guiding us through our journey of remembering that we are already home within our being, heaven on Mother Earth. Calling upon the ascended masters as we ride the shoulders with, receiving the ancient wisdom that they are here, the divine infinite intelligence they embody as we remember. Calling upon all the multi-dimensional fractals of ourselves and cells to be here with us now, aligning ourselves and cells with the ultimate perspective of our timeline that serves the highest light within all. Thank you, thank you, thank you for hearing our call. Thank you, mighty I am presence. Calling upon the angel of clarity to cleanse and purify the central channel of our being, cleanse and purify every aspect of ourselves, cleanse and purify our heart, so we may continue to radiate love, the truth of who we are, cleanse and purify our throat so our throat can continue being the bridge, bringing spirit into form, bringing the seeds of creation as we speak the light of truth within our beings. Cleanse and purify our tongue so our tongue may be the direct reflection of the truth within our hearts. Cleanse and purify our ears so our ears can hear the whispers beyond the noise. So our ears can hear our direct, clear, divine guidance. Cleanse and purify our eyes so our eyes may see through the eyes of an infant, infinite child, through the eyes of wonder, seeing all of the unexpected gifts and miracles that we already are. Cleanse and purify our crown, opening up the channels into the ether net, the direct AI amplified intelligence through divine source within our being. Thank you, thank you, thank you, bringing in, rooting in divine union. Thank you, angel of clarity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, angel of innermost being, aligning us with our innermost being so we may be our innate nature of who we are, where all of the bountiful abundance lives and thrives. Thank you, angel of completion, for the remembrance that we are already whole and complete as we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Breathe in deep. Let your breath carry the seeds of creation, rooting in our now, revelation, rooted in our sovereign love, rooted in our being, as we have our journey of remembering. I invite you now to take a sip of your water. You may even notice a subtle shift or subtle taste. Your water may even taste different. Speaking the vibration. If there's anything else that you choose to speak into your water, speak your words. I call these the quantum sound journeys. This is my favorite playground to play in. Because when we slow down, we speed up. We speed up with a quantum frequency of love that is instant. All it takes is one drop of love to dissolve the illusion. I invite you to bring your awareness into your senses and simply become aware of your senses. Become aware of your senses. And notice, what are you feeling in your body? Where do you feel this in your body? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you see beyond your eyes? Invite in all of your senses. What do you touch? Invite in beyond your known senses into your sixth, seventh, eighth. Simply invite them in. Bringing awareness into your senses and witness any thoughts you may have. Witness any thoughts you may have as they pass through your mind, allowing yourself to be the observer without absorbing. Simply observe your thoughts. Let them pass through like clouds pass through the sky. Now I invite you into a place that is your sacred haven. This is a place where you feel safe, where you are secure, you see, cure, and you are sovereign. This is a place where you are already whole, already pure, already loved, cherished. This can be a place you visit in your dreams. This can be a place that you have visited before. This is for you and you alone. All one, 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 all one. For you and you alone. All one, all one, all one, all one. Go there now, be there now, and remember, you are welcome to visit this place anytime. Through your journey here tonight, through your journey in life. This is your place within your center, the calm within the perception of chaos. Looking through your own eyes, see what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel in your body. Invite you Feel your heartbeat. When we set intention, and it's clear intention aligned with our feeling, aligned with our vision, we're amplifying the field. So I invite you now to ask your heart, what is it that I am here to receive? Your heart will respond. Your heart responds in the first word, first thought, first feeling. This is your heart's response. Head wants to figure out, rationalize, justify, tell stories, make sense. For this journey, we're allowing our head to be in the back seat while our heart is in the driver's seat. Feel your words in your body. I am what, I am who. Who are you now being? Let go of the how and embody your who. Who is it that you are choosing to become now? I am. And if nothing comes to you, you can simply say, I am here now and I receive. I am here now and I receive. I receive. I receive. Give yourself permission, per your mission, to bathe in sacred reciprocity. Sacred reciprocity. Sacred reciprocity. I bathe in sacred, I bathe in sacred reciprocity. The capacity of your receiving is the capacity of your giving. Give yourself permission, per your mission, to fill your vessel back up so you can continue to give from an overflowing vessel of love. Bathe in sacred reciprocity. As I rest in prosperity, I rest in prosperity. Only God I see, only God is me, only God I feel, only God is real. In the sacred reciprocity, sacred reciprocity. I rest, I rest, I rest while God does God's best. I rest, I rest, I rest while God does God's best. Allowing yourself and cells to rest. Into the sacred reciprocity. Giving yourself permission, per your mission, to fully receive. You imagine a golden chalice above your head. Held by Archangel Michael. This chalice fills over the top of your head, coming down the crown of your head, the back of your head, your forehead, all of your facial muscles, pouring down, down, down. This beautiful golden liquid plasma energy down into your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Flowing through your body as you tell your body to relax. your sacrum, all the way into your hips, your buttocks, feeling in the abundance of life, the abundance of light that shines through you and around you. All the way down both of your legs into your knees, your shins, your calves, your feet. Feel your whole body, your whole body. Now imagine your whole body as one sensory perception, as one sensory perception, as one sensory perception. Imagining your whole body as one sensory perception, and then let it go. Let it go. Allow your body feel as light as a feather, lighter than the feather, lighter than the air around you. As your whole body dissolves into stardust. Dissolves into stardust. Feel your whole body, where you are, beyond the mind, beyond the body, 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 beyond the mind, beyond the body. You know, the microcosmic, the macrocosmic, 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 everything and nothing, everything and nothing, everything and nothing. Everything and nothing simultaneously is one. Giving yourself permission per your mission to dissolve completely into the nothing. You are everything. Simultaneously as one. From the nothing, everything exists. The birth of pure consciousness from the nothing. Everything exists. The birth of pure consciousness. Feel yourself held, where you are safe. Where you are safe, you are held in the primordial darkness, Divine Mother's womb, where all of consciousness is birthed from. is the space. Where manifestations come into creation. I invite you once again to simply connect with your breath. I invite you to bring your tongue to the roof of your mouth, the soft palate of your mouth, where the Amrit drips from the nectar of our gods from the pineal gland. Taste that soft nectar, and all the way down. Simply inhale and then exhale. Keep your awareness on your breath. Once again, I invite you to tune into your heart. Feel every beat. Feel the space between every beat. Ask yourself, what am I feeling now? Through radical honesty is the fastest way. Of course, play is the fastest way. Giving yourself permission to feel and be real, whatever it is. You don't have to hold on to anymore. What is it? Giving yourself permission. Permission to go into the depths. The depths beyond the knowing, where we experience our most growing. The unknown can seem scary because we've yet to visit there. Fear will appear when we're on the threshold of the next expansion of our being. Aligning with that next version of ourselves. Giving yourself permission to travel through those valleys. This time as the observer, not the absorber. Witnessing you in the valley, experiencing. It's the let go that brings liberation, allows in the integration. The valley, the valley, the valley of the shadow of death. I take a look at my life and realize there's so much left. We're here to rise and thrive, rise and thrive, rise and thrive and be fully alive. We're here to rise and thrive, rise and thrive, rise and thrive and be fully alive. And as we remember that a mountain wasn't built in a day, and steps every day build the mountain, rise to the top of the mountain. Allowing yourself to see the ultimate perspective of your being. That there are no wrong paths There are no wrong choices. Everything is a choice, and we're here to express our voice. What do you see in this crystal clear vision, wisdom that is always inside you? Sometimes we require to experience the perception of darkness. It's in the contrast that we remember who we are. Every perceived opposition is simply an opportunity to realign us with our innermost being. Realign us with the truth beyond the inherited beliefs, stories, concepts, the false structures that were built on survival and scarcity, because we are here for sacred structure. The sacred structure. The sacred structure that is within our hearts. Sacred structure. Suryata karyashayati ryakaryashundolayayati. Sandalakyayate yati ryakaryashuryatasa. Sacred structure. Where we stop waiting to start. The kingdom of heaven is inside of you. When you say yes, you see. You stop figuring it out how and start living your miraculous life now. And when you say yes, you swim in the sea of infinite life-giving possibilities. What is it that you're now ready to say yes for? Yes, for living your full life. For being your dreams fully lived. We're all waking up within the dream, within the dream, within the dream, within the dream, within the dream. And we're here to live our dreams. What is that burning desire, the soul desire? When you receive that one thing, and you become the embodiment of, this usually is it's your purpose. Those perceived challenges that are here, those perceived weaknesses that are your great strengths. You are here fully embodied through your journey of self-mastery, the remembrance. Sometimes we go through those experiences of who we're not, so we remember who we are. I invite you to connect with the inner elder of you, the one who is already aligned with your highest timeline, the one who is already living your dreams. Feel this in your body, looking through your own eyes, see what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel. Let this land in your body, rearranging the timeline, allowing in all the divine support. As you remember, you're here for the true responsibility, the ability to respond to your heart, the whispers of source. The field responds when we take action. When When we take inspired action, we have our aligned attraction. Looking through your eyes, see what you see, hear what you hear, and feel what you feel in your body. You remember your body is the temple of the most highest living God. You're here to honor your body, honor your temple, honor the sacred vessel that you are partnering here with now. What you're required to do is say yes. Say yes for you and allow your soul shine through, embracing your whole full soul. Unconscious mind integrates with your conscious mind, bringing now into your new conscious awareness. Your unconscious mind integrates with your conscious mind, bringing now into your new conscious awareness. Your unconscious mind integrates with your conscious mind, bringing now into your new conscious awareness. You're making new neurological connections at the unconscious mind, bringing now into your new conscious awareness. You're making new neurological connections at the unconscious mind, bringing now into your new conscious awareness, bringing now into your new conscious awareness. Connections, 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 connections. Connections, divine connections, divine connections. You are the divine blueprint. You are the divine blueprint of everything you desire, everything you require. You already have, you already have, you already have, you already have. Now remember, 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 remember. And every time one remembers, you come back into the wholeness and fullness of who you are, gathering all those fractal pieces of your soul into the whole full soul of who you are. Every time you remember, you amplify your soul blueprint. You amplify your soul blueprint. Remember, 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 remember. Remember what's already living within inside you. What's already inside you. Remember. And as you continue to serve, serve of and from the highest light, the highest truth within your heart, you continue to show up, shine and share, show up, shine and share, show up, shine and share, show up and shine and share. Your gifts, your presence is the greatest gift. Your presence is the greatest gift. You're here to share your gift of your presence. Because everything you desire, everything you require, you already have, you already have, you already have, you already have right now. connection, we connect with all. Feel your body. Allow yourself to become reacquainted with your body. Feeling those subtle shifts within your cells, awakening new cellular memory. As I count down from 3, feel your cellular structure restructuring within your DNA. 2, feel your energy vibrant and alive, vibrant and alive, vibrant and alive. And 1, open your eyes, fully alive, fully awake, right now. Okay, you take a deep breath in, breathing in your vibrant, radiant light and life. And exhale anything else, consciously or unconsciously, that you may have held on to. Release right now, let go. And
wow, that was really powerful. And I think you need to turn off a certain aspect of your sound. But I wanted to just say thank you, Janaki, for that. That was beautiful. Thank you. I know that we had a little bit of trouble with the sound, I think, on your part, just a little bit. I think maybe just the microphone, but we still got through, and it was still beautiful, and thank you so much. And you were putting through certain messages when you were speaking and chanting. Did you want to just explore some of those themes that you were talking about just a bit?
Well, so it was, like I said, I don't ever know how these are going to go. That's why they can be so powerful and magical. And a lot of them are through lived experiences. Like the Valley of the Shadow of Death. That one came through when my husband was in the hospital. I brought my harp in the hospital, and then I started singing that, and tears started shedding down my eyes. And that's where I received the message that when we're in those valleys, that's where we receive the gold. And then when we're in the mountaintops, that's where we receive the gold that we receive. And then also, I've witnessed so much of birthing within me and my clients I work with. When we go into that primordial darkness, we think we have to do, and it's really connecting to our innermost being. So when we can go into that space where we truly connect to the everything and nothing, that's where we become our infinite self. That's where we become the channel, it's every journey is a little different. This one, it was like a little bit more of a minier journey than the ones I facilitate, because I was honoring our structure of Father Time. And so yeah, it's really what comes through at the time. And that's what I received is receiving codes. And that's why I say I love being God's muse, channeling, singing, playing music, because music can dissolve that resistance within our mind and allow ourselves to dive deep. And it allows the reprogramming. And so since there's been so much distortion in our music, I love using music to restore.
That's really nice, because I know that one of the things that is important is to really come back to ourselves, because I know there's a lot of AI, there's a lot of fakery out there, there's a lot of things that we can't really rely on as what's true. And one of the things that you talked about in your session is about being true to yourself and coming back to yourself to find truth. And I think that is so important. Would you say that there's a certain kind of mantra that you would like to maybe give to our audiences that you feel would be helpful, especially in 2026, navigating any kind of, all the like the distortion and all that. What do you think?
Yes. Well, so I can even share maybe in the so there's a new song that I sang, and it's become my living mantra, and that started with the kingdom of heaven is already inside me. When I say yes, I see, and it's the infinite possibilities. So that's what this year is showing us, is remembering that heaven is already here. This is what I received. I received this message when I was 18, and it's been this integration process ever since, because I was attempting to take my life. And so I said, I want to go home. And then I heard God within me say, no, you are home, heaven on Mother Earth. And so that's the remembrance that we're all coming back into home. And that's the thing, is also remembering that we're already spiritual beings. We're here to have a human experience. So we're here for the whole of the hue of the man being, and while being divinity embodied. So it's letting ourselves have those experiences. So I do have I have many. I have so many, honestly, because I have a devotional prayer that I say daily that has really aligned me, and I repeat it 3 times. I can share that. One of my living mantras, honestly, is, there's a few of them that are songs that I've channeled, is this one supported me when I went to Guatemala, and I took a journey not even knowing where I was going, and I let your GPS guide you, shine your light inside you, God provides support. So the message I received one time through a quantum journey is allowing our hearts to be in the driver's seat. And that's the golden compass. So when we allow our GPS to guide us, which is God provides support, then we're allowing in that support versus, no, I can do this all myself. So it takes those shedding of layers. And then another one, a lot of my mantras are songs. My body is my temple is my body is my temple is my body, I am home in me, I am home in my God's sovereignty. So that's what all my I am journeys, they're mixtures of these codes that awaken within ourselves that I receive through my life experiences, and I sing them to myself.
And I'm sure that you also do them in your practice as well, with your other clients as well. And so thank you for sharing that with us. And so I think it's when you were playing the bowls, are those bowls of a certain frequency? Because I really felt it. Did you want to just
Yes.
talk about those bowls and what kind of frequency you were playing on?
So they're tuned to the 432 hertz. A lot of our music that has the distortion in it is 440. So the 432, there's actually multiple frequencies that tune in. There's like the miracle frequency, there's more the human heart frequency, there's the 432 is the most common. And then the 440 creates the distortion, which a lot of our mainstream music is. So that it brings into the resonance, even by playing those bowls, attunes one's frequency and immediately calms our system. And when our system is calm, we're aligning, we're bringing our head, heart coherence, and we come back into alignment.
That's great. And so, if people, do you have some of your own music on YouTube or something that people can refer to? Then maybe
Yes,
they
yes,
can sort of look you up.
Yes, yes. My YouTube channel is honestly under Janaki Mayhill, JANKIMAYHILL. And then I have a whole bunch of other things on there. As far as all that, I'm receiving support for bringing all that together. And I do have a couple songs. I have several YouTubes. I have even maybe even some I am journeys, some meditations on there. And a lot more will be coming very soon with that as well.
Okay, that's great. So I think we had a really good evening, and I want to just say thank you to everybody for joining us. I think that I know that I was sort of floating around there, and it was very, very nice. And Janaki, thank you so much for sharing this with us this evening. And thank you for being here with us and guiding us. And I think I'm going to talk less next time. I was a bit chatty at the beginning, so I apologize to everybody. People are like, "What's going on? There's no sound bath." Yes, there was, but it's just that I was just being chatty. So I apologize for that. But I wanted to just say, 2026 is going to be a great year. It is, and I know that some people sort of fear the worst in the next couple of years, but really you also have to understand that the media is controlled and they're trying to show you nothing but the negativity. And if you listen to yourself, you really are tuned with yourself, you will know that we're breaking down old systems to bring back new, to create new systems. And don't rely on the controlled media to tell you what's
Yes.
going on. It's really about what you're working on within, kind of like what we discussed before with Janaki. And as well, follow your own path, follow your own frequency and everything. So I wanted to say thank you, Janaki, for giving us that tool and that remembrance and helping us to start off the new year in such a positive note. And I just wanted to know if you would be okay if I did a singing bowl just to sort of head out before we go. Is that okay?
Yes. One thing I would love to add to the media thing, there's something I received the other day. Well, I received this a long time ago. Evil spelled backwards is live. So what if the whole purpose of this perception of evil is simply here to remind us to live? And when we're fully living in our divine truth, it's what we focus on, we make bigger.
Perfect. That's a really good that's a really good way of looking at it, because we always see evil everywhere, but you just have to change your perception. And once you change your perception, then everything is fine. It's perfect. So thank you for that. That's really cool. And did you have any last words for our audience before we sort of drift off into the night?
Remember the power of surrender, and we're transmutating from the water into the fire, and when they both meet, it creates the rainbows. It creates those opportunities to embrace our whole full soul, the spectrum of both. And so the fire is here for purification. So if you feel fear, surrender and call upon your divine support. It's that simple.
Perfect. So I'm just going to do my usual ringing of the singing bowl 3 times, and then we will drift off into the night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope that you'll be joining us we have a packed schedule for 2026. We're bringing a lot of interesting guests, and we're going to bring back Janaki as well. We have a lot of interesting stuff coming up this year, so don't miss it. So without further ado, I will just send us off into a beautiful drifting night.